Hello friends, welcome to my channel Interactive Web Guru World. Today we will learn about interactive input fields with advanced variables. On that, what we will try to achieve is we will create a input field on which user hit it. He can just type on it with the help of keypad, right? And also we can try to utilize the space and the backslash. You means to delete the whatever we type. We can just try to delete and also we will try to use keypad as a numeric and the caps as a variant. Okay, so these are the things we will try to achieve in this tutorial. So uh, let's start. For that, I just wanted to first thing I just wanted to target a create an input field. After that, we will proceed ahead. So for that, I'm just clicking here. I just press the T. I am typing here enter name. Okay, and now I'm just changing it into the this color, and now I just may convert it into the auto layout. I just given giving the width of 350 pixel, making a left align. Okay, giving the roundness is 4 pixel. All right, and now I'm just giving the fill of gray 6 and making also using the stroke. So this is the random swatches I have created for the tutorial. So you just use whatever you have in the design system. Okay, and also I just wanted to create another auto layout here, and I just remove the extra space, and for the gap I just wanted to use, and here I will type label. Okay, I'm just uh, putting it here in the top right, and I am just changing the name input. Okay, I am using it as a name input. Now what I will do is I will make a copy of it. Okay, and after that I just remove this one and use the stroke a little bit darker, and also change it into the this. Now what I will do is I will create a stroke, and I just wanted to use a roundness corner for that, and now I can see that I have used a 2 pixel gap, so it is coming after the 2 pixel. Okay, I just wanted to make it a 20 pixel some around, so that it will not look so much big. Okay, so now the two conditions we have created, one is default, one is active, right? So after that I just make a copy of it, and now I will make a email input, just because I just wanted to create a login for a screen where I will show only just 2 screens or 2 input fields. Whatever the whatever the requirement you have, you can keep according to the your requirement, but for the time being I'm just I'm just showing the 2 input fields, so it will make a sense to you that how can we use it if we have multiple input fields, right? Now after that I will change it into the variant, and I will make it as a tagged. Okay, sorry, active. For in the active, what I will do is I will make it as a false, that this is the false and this is the true. Okay, and after the again this is the false and this is the true. Okay, so and here what I will do is I will name it as a input, simple input. Okay, now it is showing me one error just because we need to create one more variant, that is called type. And after that what you will do is we have used true and false, and after that we will name it as a name. So this one as a name, this one is a name, this one will call as an email, this one will call as an email. Okay, so now the error will not come, just because we have segregated them and on which categories they belongs to, right? So these are, so the input field, creating input field task is done. So after that what we will do is we will create a variables for them as well, just because I just wanted to go step by step whatever the things I am creating a variables simultaneously for them. Okay, so now what I will do is I will create a global uh, parent, and under that I will create a name input. Okay, and on it I will give the value enter name, and I am making a copy of it and typing here input email. Okay, and after that I just wanted to create one more boolean, and I just wanted to drag it here, and now what I will do, what I name that name active. Okay, name active, and it will call as a email active. Okay, so for one is name active, one is email active, right? So four parameters we have created, and this is coming under the global. Okay, now what we need to is we need to link these, sorry, we need to link this with the property which we have created. So email will be linked with the email one, right? That again have to make sure. And after that you can also although it is not required, but yes, before creating a before linking it, you can also make a text variable of it, so that you can type the placeholder also, just because it will be helpful for you if you have like so many input fields. I am not covering the basic things you have, like I'm just assuming that you are well knowledgeable person who has like basic knowledge, right? So now what I'm doing here is I'm just copying it. Okay, one major mistake I have made, I just did it. I just created this input field in the design. Now I need to put it into the component file. Okay, so as you see that I have created two pages design component. You just put it into the component. Okay, now I'm going to the design, and here I'm just pressing the F. It will show that which kind of page you wanted to create. So I'm just, as I already mentioned, that I will use Fin Pro 14 Pro and a 15 Pro Max screen. So I'm just creating that. I just name this page as a design, and now I'm just placing this input field here and keeping it a little bit downside of the page, and now I'm just changing it into the email. Okay, so it is now changed. After that what you can do is you can just link them also. Alright, so I just now linked them as well, and here you can just change the label. I'm just putting enter full name. Okay, enter full email. So this is just a random text I am putting here. You can use whatever the design content strategy you have, you just use them. Okay, so now the basic first thing is done, like I have created input field, and after that I have also linked them with the variables also, right? So now after that what I need to do is, after that we need to target the keypad, but before that I just need to check here one thing is, it is not looking good that enter full name, so it can be enter name, enter email, right? And I have linked them. I'm just checking that whether this thing is completely done or not. So now after that, you know that once user, as I already told you, that once the user tap on this input field, the keypad will expand from the bottom, right? So you can do that. You can just manually create the keypad, or you can just download it or grab it from the Figma community. So now, for the time being, what I did is I just picked this one keypad item from the Figma file, which others put over the Figma community. So I just picked one where that is called key, right? And the key is I, means this is the I letter. Okay, so I just picked this one keypad item here, and now what I will do is I will with that we need to create some variant of it, like once the user press it, how it will be look alike, right? So for that I will click on it and I will change this color into the little bit darker one. Okay, so this is the false state, this is the true state, means when user tap on it, this will change the color. Okay, so this is the small case, and I am also making one more copy of it, and let me change the letter so that it will give a clear idea that what it is, just because right now it is not looking relevant. Okay, so I am making a copy of it. Now it is looks like a vertically center. Okay, so now we have created 4 keys on which twos are like two items we have created. One is small and one is capital. So first thing I need to do is I need to create a variant on which I will name it first as a tabbed. Okay, so whether it is a tabbed or not, I will making it is false, and it will be true. Again it will be true, and it will be false. Okay, this is the first thing. Second thing, I am creating type, and I am just mentioning that by default it is a lowercase, right? So here I am just entering the uppercase letter, also this uppercase. Okay, so now it has changed. Okay, and after that what I will do is I will small text or small letter, you can also say, and this one will be a cap letter. Okay, cap means capital letter, and I am also linking this one also. This one is linked. Yeah, this one is not linked. We need to link it again. Okay, so the key pad button is created. Now after that we need to create a space bar. Okay, we need to just need a space bar, also we need to delete. So I also extracted the space bar. Okay, so right now what I am doing here is I am just creating the variant whichever the key buttons will user will press, like user will type, user will give a space, user will give a delete, user will press a delete button, right? Numeric button will also can be like there is also two more buttons like called capital, and one more is called as numeric, right? So those two you can, I'm just hoping that you will create them by yourself. I'm just targeting the major key buttons here. Okay, so that you have an idea that how we you should design them. Okay, how you can design them. So I have created this spacebar variant. I am just changing it into the so this one is false, this one is true. Okay, one more button I have also created, that is called delete. Okay, so this one called this button called as a backline. Whenever you extract this button from the any keypad, right, so you will see this button will called as a known as a backline. Okay, so I am creating this button and changing this color as a gray 4, and after that I am just making a components of this as well, and giving the same parameter which I have given in the other components. Okay, so three things which I will target to showcase you that how it will behave once the user tab. The remaining one I am just hoping that you will create by yourself. So moving ahead for them, what we supposed to do here is next is we need to create a variable for them as well, right? So for them, what I need to do is we need to create a boolean. Okay, that will be called key dash boolean, and after that I will write delete line. Okay, so this delete line will come outside. So delete line, and one more is space. So I have created a two key boolean, like that is called space, that is called backline, means delete. Okay, I am keeping it separately just because these things are like a different. This has like these two has a different uh, identity, and I don't want it to clash them with the global one. Okay, but here what I need to do is I need to create a string that will be called keyboard, and I will give a value for this is a lowercase. Okay, we also need the null value, so that we will give a null properties with that if we required. I'm just keeping it just because maybe if we require it we can use it. Okay, but yes, the keyboard we definitely require just because I just wanted to link the keypad with this string variable. Okay, so we have created this. After that, what you supposed to do is uh, click on this or variable, create a boolean, and type here is alpha, and press the E. Okay, so now what I am doing here is I have to create all the keys whichever the buttons we have in the keypad. So for that, first we need the keypad, right? But before moving to work on the keypad, what we can do is we can add some interaction here, that whenever user click on it, it will change into this, and whenever user click on it, this will change into this. Here what we are supposed to do is whenever user press on it, this will change into this. Okay, so this is the interaction I just want, and once user leave the mouse, this will change into this. Here similarly we will change that on pressing, this will change into this. Okay, and on the mouse leave, this will change into this. Here same story will goes, on a pressing this will change to this, and on the mouse leave this will change into this. Okay, after that we will extract the keypad. Okay, so for the keypad, what I did is similarly as I extracted this keypad button and the spacebar button and the backlight button. I also bring this keyword from the Figma community that you can easily find from the Figma community, right? This is the iPhone, which, as you already know, that we have created the iPhone 15 or 14 Pro Max design scheme. So that's why we need a iPhone keypad, right? That you have to make sure. Don't use the Android keypad, otherwise it will not match with the your this keypad width will not match with the your design skills. Okay. So now what I will do is I will make a copy of it. First, we can change the spacebar, and here you can see the space, right? So I'm just pasting the space here and aligning it with the position. Again, I'm just making a copy and pasting it here, and now I'm just aligning it with the backline. Okay, so the space and the backline is linked quite a good way. Okay, now coming to the key items. For the key items, what I'm doing is I'm just deleting some items and putting it here. Okay, putting it here. After that, what I will do is, so we can delete all the other things as well, and after that we can just make a copy of it. Okay, so we made the copy. Now what we will do is we will change the letter according to the your keyboard. Okay, so simply I'm just typing here, it will change automatically the letters. After E, the R, the T, the Y, the U, the I, the O, and the P. Okay, so the letters I have changed here. Okay, now what we will do is I'm just targeting the first row first, that is it working or not. After that we will replace them into the bottom as well. Okay, so we have all these are all these has a like right parameters. Okay, so these things are also done. So now coming to the variables, here what I will do is I will create variable according to the keypad keys. Okay, so we have created some key buttons, which is quite QWERTYUIOP. Okay, so I have created first row, which is quite good. Okay, so now the variable things is done for the time being. Okay, we need to create all these variables also, like for the second row, for the third row. Okay, but before that we need to check that properly, that for our interaction or whatever the logic we wanted to put it here, is that working or not. After that we will make it for the second row and the third row. Okay, so now coming to the prototype section, what we will do here is we will click on this on click and set that variable that we will call the name input as a blank. Okay, that we just wanted this is set global name input, put this global name input as a blank whenever user click on this input field, right? he will target the name input and make it as a blank, means he will target this placeholder to change it into the blank. Okay, after that what I will do is I will go to the set variable, and now I just wanted that this global name active boolean should be true. Okay, so make this as a alive, that it should be alive, otherwise what will happen, it will, some of the cases it will show the glitch that it is showing, it will not show you, the input field will not show you, just because the Figma is right now not yet too much advanced. So we have to tell them that it is alive. Alive means it is a true. After the making true, it will behave properly. So we can uh, place it in the top. Okay, and now what we will do is we will, but before that we need to do one more thing as well. We need to go component, and we need to make it as a small case. Okay, small case, just because I wanted to. Okay, sorry, before making as a changing it into the component, I just wanted to make that should call uppercase. Okay, so now I am just making as a create a component, and after that I will place it here, making after making the copy I am placing it here. Okay, now what I will do, I will go to the prototype, click here, and I will add open overlay, target the small case, and I will tell him that please come from the bottom of the design. Okay, it will close after clicking outside, it should close after clicking the outside of the input frame, or any area, right? So now what will happen, that if I play the prototype of this interaction, it will show that in this input field, whenever user click or whenever user tap on this input field, it will change into the true. Okay, as we already commanded, right? One more thing what we can also do is we can change this into the, so that it will give a proper look that it is right now it is not typing, just because we haven't set the parameter for that as well, so we need to do. Okay, and for the email we need to write similar parameter which we write for the name, right? And here what I will do is I will first activate it as a true. Okay, and after that I will say that target the email input. Okay, and under the email input, sorry, make it as a blank. Okay, make it as a blank, and after that open overlay, and it should be called small case, and it should come from the in the from not from the in the bottom. Okay, so this is the thing also done. So now you can see, so it is coming. Okay, so it is working quite nicer way. So the next target will be is whenever we press the Q or W or E, it should be behave as a typable, right? So for that we will go to the component, and now we will write some parameter for this key buttons. Okay, so now what we will do is we will go here, we have given some parameter which is called press, but not, we don't need to use this, we need to click on the interaction. Just because this is the variant interaction, we need to create a new fresh interaction on where we will wrote some code. Okay, wrote, I'm saying wrote, we need to write some code. Okay, and we need to apply some logic here. So what logic will come here is, first we will target we will say that if user click on this name active, then it should be true. If name active is equal to true, it means that whenever user type on the input field, it will change it into the name active true. Remember the earlier parameter we passed into the input field, we told him that and change it into the name active as a true, right? So same parameter we will pass it here. The same parameter reference we will give here, and after that we will give a set variable that on a name variant name global name input field, target the global name input field and write in the name input field letter called q. Okay, so what we are telling him that if user click on the name input field, the name input field will be true as we passed it onto the input fields, right? As you saw, as you know. And after that, here what we are doing, we are telling him that if name active is true, right, then set a parameter that target a global name input. Target the global name input, call this one global name input, and under which write q on which, but whom on we need to write. We need to write him inside of the name input. Okay, so we are telling him that write q inside of the name input instead of the name input, inside or instead, whatever whatever you can understand or suggest, or not suggest, but yeah, whatever you can understand. After that, I will also pass else condition here, that name condition will be false. Just because user not clicking here, then it will be false. Okay, always remain as a false. And similarly, we will write same condition for the email also. So we will ask the target email, and email target is equal to true. Then we will set variable that target the email input, and inside of it, under the email input, add a string which is called q. Okay, and else set a variable that email active should be false. Okay, so we have passed a parameter here, and now what I will do is I will refresh it, and I just wanted to see it is writing or not. It is writing. Okay, you can see it is writing. Both key pads are writing right now. I think just because I have mistakenly added some parameter which I need to check. But before targeting, before checking on this problem, we can move ahead with the further things, so that we will target all the problems later in the video. Okay, so what I'm doing is, here is, now I'm just moving to the design, and one of the things which I also want, that if user click on the design, whenever, see here what is happening is, right now if I type here, right, and if I click outside, it is showing me that you have to click on the email. So it shouldn't be there, it shouldn't be like that way. It should be click whenever user click on this outside of the area, it should be changed as a default position, right? So the whatever you have typed, it should be there, but it should be changed into the default, or whatever the design property you have applied for the field conditions, right? But right now I'm just making it as a default one, so we need to design or set the parameter for that also. So as you know that we have a design screen size 430 by 932, 430 by 932, right? So I'm just making a frame accordingly. Let me check first also. 430 by 932, yes. So I'm just making it is a outer area. Okay, now copying it, making copy and pasting. It is not. I need to drag it manually and fit it into the design. Now coming to the prototype section, what I will do here is I will give him a command that on a tab it will check. What he will check that if name active is equal to true, then he will set a variable that name active it should not be the name active, it should be the name active should be false, just because what I wanted is that if name active is true, then it please change it into the false. Similarly, I set the parameter for the email also. Here I will find the email active is true, then target the email active and make it as a false. Okay, so now what will happen that here if I click it here, okay, and I type something and if I click outside it will change it as a default. Similarly, if I type here, I just change it, it will change as a default. So this is the basic thing, just because I don't want it to make a user forced to click inside the entire email. User can click outside, right? And if user click outside, it will change into the default condition, right? And one more thing, that if user click here and if he click outside like without typing, it is coming right now as a blank. That it shouldn't be like that way, so we need to write condition for this as well. So what I will do is I will come here. No, what we need to do again is we need to write a condition for that as well, and I am keeping it under the name so that it will be easier to relate both the parameters. That I will find that the name active is equal to blank. Okay, then set variable that target the global name active, and under the global name active I will again say him that add a string called name enter name. Okay, similarly in the email I am again writing the code that will find that email active is if is equal to blank, then set variable on email input, find the email input and target the email input and write enter email. Okay, so now I have write some parameter that if I click here and if I don't want it to write and I just wanted to click outside, then it will again come as a default placeholder, right? See, it is working. So again I just wanted to type here, I can type, I can click outside, I just wanted to type, I can type and I can click outside, it will work quite nicer way. Also I can type W and E just because I haven't set the parameter for them, so I need to set the parameter for them as well so that user can type those things also. Also we will change this keypad as uppercase and we can change this as a numeric also. We need to set the keypad as a for the backslash, right? We need to write some code for this, and one problem which we are facing, we need to identify that also, so that we will target. This is coming because right now what is happening is right now as you can see this is active and this is active, so that is why he is writing in the both input field, right? So we need to check it also, but yeah, one by one I just wanted to target. First I wanted to target, I can press all the keys and I can type. Okay, so now I will write those parameters in the key buttons. So for that I'm just skipping that. You can use same parameter which I applied in the queue. You can just apply it on these buttons also. Okay, so I'm just skipping this thing. So guys, now I have completed all the keypad parameters. Like if you see here, like if user click, like if you click on this amp keypad button, so you can see that if the parameter which I created for the queue, that is the same parameter, but the only thing is we need to change this letter is to M. Similarly into name and into the email, right? So wherever like all the key buttons, you have to change it according to the key button, right? So you need to change this letter to the your keypad. So now what will happen that if I refresh it and if I click over here and I can type the tab buttons here, and you can see that all the alphabets I just wanted to tab, that is same is coming here, right? Now if I click over here, I can also change it into the default, but the entries I have put, it is also showing here. So you can also do that into the your email input, like if you can see that I also, oh, it is also working on the email input field, right? So this is the thing we have completed, and you if you now we can see that the other interaction is like if someone not entering any value into the input field, it is also working, right? So this task is completed. Now the next thing is we need to create the uppercase keypad, right? And after that we will make a numeric keypad, and then we will change it from the keypad, right? And after that we will try to utilize this space and the backslash. So I'm just changing this letter. So I just what I did is I just make a copy for this keypad for the uppercase. Okay, and now I'm just changing it into this capital letter. You can do that from here also, right? Just because if you go to the prototype, you can see that the letter are like similar, right? The letter are similar, but the thing is, whatever the text you entered here, it will write over there. What you need to do is, you need to go here and also type the Q, right? So what will happen that, whenever you will type, it will also come as a capital letter, just because you have changed the parameter also in the keyboard letters. It is required just because obviously you are showcasing the uppercase, then it is necessary to show it as a visually as well. But from the backend, if I talk about for the backend point of view, you need to also change it. You need to change the parameter also, right? Then it will also type as a capital letter. So I am doing it quickly. You can just skip that portion, right? So guys, now I have created the numeric keypad. Similarly, I just extracted it from the Figma community and place it here. And the things also worked like a similar way. Like I just changed the letters, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 0, and here the special characters came. But the only change here is like you can see the size of these buttons is little bit wider compared to the alphabets, right? The numeric one is little bit wider. Similarly, this special character button is also little bit different. Okay, in terms of width. Apart from that, all the keypad button sizes are quite same, right? Quite no, not just quite, like all the are same. Okay, so now we have like we have just only changes the letters only. I haven't changed it into the backend. So what I need to do it, I just wanted to show you. That's why I just didn't escape it. I just wanted to show you that how it will work. So you need to enter the value here. Okay. So after that, it will write whatever the numeric number you wanted to put over here. So what I will do is I will change only the top row, so that it will give you a clear idea. Otherwise what will happen, it will, this video will become too much lengthy, that I don't want it to do. So that's why I'm just making the top row as a numeric, but at the end of when the final result will come, I will change all the keypad, all the with the numeric, right? Okay, so that you have a clear idea. Just allow me a little bit more time, or by that time you can skip it, or you can just see that how I am changing the number. Okay, but keep in mind that all the steps I am working, you have to follow step by step, so that it will not make any confusion to you, that how I did it, how I changing the parameter. So you are almost aware about every parameter, right? So that will not make you any kind of confusion in your mind. All the doubts will be clear to you automatically. So don't skip the video. Just skip the part where just wanted to change the entry manually. Okay. So now I'm just making it a combination of a variant. Okay. Sorry, my mistake. I have to make these as a component set as well. Now I need to make it as a, and now I am typing the name as a keyboard. Okay, so now what is happening here, I linked them and I wanted to make it as a type, and now I just wanted to link this. Okay, so this number user will press, this will come here. Okay, if user press this will come here, and if user click on it and not drag, it should be okay, and there is one interaction already here, so that I will remove, and now I will change it. Okay, and here on this ABC I just wanted to change it into the smaller letter. Okay, so this task is complete. Okay, now we need to check, but for that what I will do is I will play it again, just because as I told you that there is many times we saw that there is a cache issues come if we don't render it properly. Okay, so now I'm just tapping it. You can see that it is typing on the name, and if I click on outside, it is changing it into the default. Okay, so now I'm just again clicking on it. I'm just changing it into the uppercase. The letters are coming into the uppercase, right? Now I'm just changing it into the numeric. The numeric is not changing. That I need to see that why it is not changing. I think the prototype changed to numeric. Okay, so I also need to change this into the numeric also, right? That's why it is not working. So now it is changing it to the numeric, right? So you can see that I can type the numbers, I can type the English letter also. Okay, so one more thing you can also do it, reset the component state. Here also click onto the reset component state. Also here click onto the reset component. Click here also the reset component. So that will allows you that whatever the stage you have entered, right, it will keep you on that stage. So that it should be open, but yeah, for the prototype it is not necessary. Like this is most of the prototypes is not as much detailed as I am trying to achieve here. It is that like we don't require it on a project, so it is not necessary to activate it, like, right. So you can skip that. It is not required actually. But for the developers, if you wanted to show, then you can add it. Like you can just make it on, so that whenever user, like what will happen that if I am a small, I am using small case keypad, and I change it to the numeric. Okay. So in between, if I by mistakenly change the keypad into the uppercase, then it will land me again back to the uppercase, right. It will not, no, not redirect me to the lowercase. So it will remember the whatever the past and past behavior or past route. So he will back you to the particular route. Okay. So this is the benefit of using that command. So now the thing is we need to work on the space and the backlash, right. So now we need to work on it. Guys, now what I will do is I will add interaction of the space here. Okay. So for that, what you need to do is, first thing is like, if you see that there is a space bar, it is looking like this way, right. First you just link it with the boolean. Okay. And after that, go to the prototype, click on here, right. This is the variant interaction. Now we need to add interaction over here, right. On click, we need to go to the check condition, and here we will first target the name input field. For that, if I am just telling the Figma that if name active is true, then add, it will be behave similar way, just like we wrote for the q letters or other letters. It will be work the similar way, right. So there is nothing new on it, this parameter. So you can just do that quickly. Okay. Similarly, I am waiting for the email condition also is equal to true. Then set a variable of email input and will target the email placeholder where I will wanted to write a space. Okay. Otherwise, email active will be false. Okay. So now what will happen that I just wanted to refresh it, and I just wrote this. I just applied this interaction onto the uppercase keypad, right. So what I am doing is I just enter the input field, tap the input field, the small case keypad is open. I will convert it into the uppercase, and now I just type. I just wanted to show you, and if I press the space button, it is now allowing me the space, right. See, it is allowing me right now. Similarly, if I type on an email, it will allow me to type on the email also, just because we have wrote the condition for the email and the name input field, right. Similarly, the same things will apply for the delete, but we need to target it first. For that, we need to click on the delete. I am not applying this parameter for the numeric, just because I don't want it to capture all the things, right. You can do that in your project, but I am just skipping that thing. So just because I just wanted to show you, that's why I just put it that interaction into the one keypad. Small keypad I already did that, but a small capital I just wanted to show you, so that it will not take so much time. Okay. So now we have selected the delete icon, and we need to first link it with the delete line. Okay. So it is false. Okay, it should be false, and it should be true. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to re-link it again. Okay, now it is coming very nicely. Now I will add the interaction of check conditions similar way which I did for the space bar, right, is equal to true, then set variable of name input will write a string of empty, right, otherwise set variable that name empty will be false. Okay, similarly I just wanted to write condition for the email input is equal to true, then add action set variable of email input will target and try to add the backspace, otherwise email input will be false, right. So now I just wanted to refresh it here, and let's suppose I type some letters and I press the delete. It is not deleting. Okay, I need to check why it is not deleting. So I need to work on it. I think this name input we don't require it here, just because we don't want it to add any letter here, right? So if we don't want it to add any letter, so we don't have to target the global input plus. Okay, otherwise what will happen, it will showcase as a entry. So now we need to refresh it again, and if I am writing something and I am deleting it, it is working now. If I am writing something, I just press the space, I am writing again. If I am deleting, it is working, right? See, bang on. So it is working quite nicer way. So most of the things we have covered on this tutorial, like as you can see that if we click on the input field, it is opening the keypad. We can change the keypad numeric alphabet, right, we can type, we can give a space, we can delete it. If I click outside, it is changing, and if I write something, I can delete it and it will change it to the default, right. If I write something and if I click outside, it is keeping the value. But the problem here is here it is like there is a one problem actually, which I think you have noticed, most of you, I think you already noticed that if I click on it, right, it is deleting everything whatever you have entered earlier. It is happening just because right now there is no pattern. Actually I try to find it, but I am unable to find it that store the letter count into the string. So what will happen if we store the letter count into the string, then we will set the then we will tell in check if condition that if the letter count is greater than 1 or 2, right, then this letter this if user tap on it again, then this input will not delete anything, right. So I am unable to find it. If you are able to find it, kindly share with me so that I can also add it into my tutorial also, right. But I tried it, but I am unable to find it. So this is the major part we have completed, and I am ending this tutorial just because this video is now becomes too much lengthy. I know I have promised that I will find the solution, that what if someone you click on both the input field by mistakenly, what will happen. So I will try to find the solution for this as well, but for the time being what you can do is you can just click outside, not the input field, just because see, if you have to click 2 times, just because it is Figma restriction that you have to click outside 2 times. With this, like the path I am using, in this way you have to click outside the 2 times, so that it will change it into the default condition, or right, it will take like it is required actually 2 times interacting. So So guys, we will connect with you later. Once I just found a solution for it, I will definitely upload it. By the time, kindly share and this video with your friends, and kindly comment that if you found any better way, so that I will create a video for that, so that we can make aware other guys like Figma folks as well. So till the time, just kindly do share my video and just do subscribe my channel also. We will I will create more like stunning videos in the future also, so that we by the time, take care, goodbye.